Alright, we're back with more Super Mario RPG, The Legend of the Stars, or something. Okay, now where we left off, we saw some big ass fucking sword crash through Bowser's castle. Uh, the crash sent Mario all the way back to his little mushroom house, or maybe it's Toad's house. Maybe they live together and suck each other's toadstool balls. Then where's Luigi? Maybe he left because he was tired of all the gay sex. Maybe he was angry because he couldn't join in and lick each other's hairy man butts. Once again, nothing wrong with that. If you like some guys' hairy balls, who am I to say any different? Anyway, let's continue with the story here. He crashes through and lands on a coat hook, it looks like, or a hat hook. Uh, Toad busts his balls about it, saying usually coming through a door, not the fucking wall. So then you jump, you get down off the hook, you look around here. Now, if you this is supposed to be a lamp. I know it just looks like an inanimate object, but if you go over here and you press A, you turn off. It's a lamp. You go to sleep, and the animation happens, and then you jump again to get out of bed. You see a bubble come out of Mario's nose. Now, when you go outside, you get a little more detail on what's going on if you talk to a Toad. Now, at this point, I recommend a save, so we will save Anus' story. Press A, jump down, and let's go talk to Toad. Why don't you go get her, dude? Why do I always gotta be the damn hero? At the end, then he manages to go in there and turn off the fungi light. Yeah, we're not doing that. Oh yeah, what's this business? I can't read it. Of course, nothing else back here. So let's continue on. Now, the only place to go to get out here is back to Bowser's Keep. So let's go back, see what's up. Let's go kick the sword in the balls. The sword balls. If not, he doesn't have them, we'll make them, put them on him, then kick him then. Mario freaks out because it's a big-ass sword. And it talks! See what he's got to say. Smithy gang. Humna ha! And Mario makes tracks. Probably in his undies, too. So he kind of goes, I'll deal with you later, sword guy. So we're stuck on the hill there looking at the sword. And apparently, that sword's a member of the Smithy gang. As you'll find out later, he's a... I don't want to spoil it for you. We'll get there. But yeah, basically he's a member of the Smithy gang. So let's go back and tell Toad what's up. Get up there. There we go. Some of the best parts of this game later is when, since Mario is a silent protagonist, he basically mimes out everything to explain the story to people when he comes to a new town and they want it filled in, or he has to explain what happened to somebody. It's rather entertaining. And yeah, this game can be kind of silly because the Mario game did turn into a silly kid-like thing, but that's okay because that's what you expect when you play a Mario game. But this game is just so damn good, and people really want them to make a Super Mario RPG 2. And of course, they were planning on it, but it turned into Paper Mario, which Paper Mario is all fine and well and good, but people still are pining for a Super Mario RPG 2, like a real sequel. So anyway, let's move on with the story. Toad runs back in fear. HP stands for hit points, of course. Anybody that's unfamiliar with not just RPGs, as I forgot in the last episode, I should have put a J in front of that RPG, as in Japanese RPGs, because now RPGs are split into so many fucking categories. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. An RPG is an RPG, man. It's a role-playing game. In most games, you are role-playing a story. But just so we know what we're talking about here, so since we're defining things, everything has to be defined nowadays. JRPG, turn-based battle game, strategy game, whatever. So let's continue. And of course, it gives you a mushroom. And he asks you if you know how to use the mushrooms. It's not that fucking difficult, guys. You go to your item menu and you select it. If you've played any games before, you know how to do it. But for the sake of this walkthrough / playthrough, I'm going to go ahead and go, I have no idea. A little tutorial. By the way, now that the thought crosses my mind, this is a great game to start off with if you're unfamiliar with JRPGs or turn-based battle RPGs, what have you. Matter of fact, to anybody that's much younger than me and is just getting into or curious about Final Fantasy type games, I recommend this one first if they have access to a Super Nintendo or emulator or whatever. Or Wii, because you can get this on the Wii store or even now the Wii U store. To play this one first because it's such a great introduction into the world of RPGs, and it's such a great game on top of it. The story's flimsy, but most Mario stories are. That's not the reason. It's silly. And it's designed to be silly. It's a Mario game, and usually the crazy thing is with Japanese role-playing games, the story is a big core of the game, but also a big core of the game is how fun it is, and the battle mechanics, and the all-world game mechanics, and the world in general, and it hits on every mark there, except for the story, except in a way it does hit on the story because you get what you expect out of a Mario game. And I believe I'm frozen. I might have crashed. What just happened, guys, is I had a freeze up. Not a big deal. I just went back to my last save state, and I edited out from where I reloaded to I'm back here. And this time, we are not going to go through the fucking tutorial. So, piss on that. We already know how to we know how to pick an item, and etc. So we're going to go with, of course I do. Move this along. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of monsters and shit everywhere. And of course, he asked you about time hits, and I explained that in the first episode. Basically, if you say no, he explains what I explained in the first episode. Press the attack button the right time, right before you attack. You'll get extra damage on your target, enemy, what have you. Of course, Goomba makes tracks. Now, Toadstool gives you a couple mushrooms as basically potions before you head off. And I believe he runs back one more time. No, that's it. Okay. But just to be double safe, as I always recommend in any game, especially an RPG, save and save often, guys. Mistakes happen. We're all just human. We're not perfect. Okay, so then our next choice to go is the Mushroom Way. Now this is the overscreen, the world map. This is just a parcel of the world map, as you saw earlier when he was flung into the air to, where was this? Mario's pad. You saw the whole world map, so there's several areas. I mean, it's not a gigantic game. This is a Super Nintendo era RPG. But it's a solid at least 20 to 40 hour game, depending on how much time you want to put into it. We'll probably put in roughly between 10 and 20. But for somebody that's not familiar with the game, they're probably going to put in a hell of a lot longer than 10. So, all right, let's continue to the next stop. Okay, now, just a tip. Just a tip. This is what I do, and I highly recommend it for people starting this game to get out to a great start in this game unless you like a challenge or you're doing a speed run or something like that. Fight every enemy you see, especially in the earlier levels. I fight every enemy I see until around the point I get to Rose Town. And even then, I still fight all the enemies I see if I feel like it. Just depending on where my levels are at or what I feel like doing that day or that time or whenever I'm playing. I make that decision there. So fight every enemy you see. Leveling up and grinding is extremely important, not only in RPGs, but in this game. The higher leveled you are, the easier it is for you, especially for an unexperienced player. Fight every enemy you see. Get your experience points built up. Get leveled up. The leveling up system is really interesting, and we'll talk more about that once I get to it. So let me wipe the floor with these boogers. Oh, also interesting to this game and new with this game is you notice that thing flew out of him after I killed him. Kind of like in Final Fantasy VII or any other Final Fantasy, you get a rundown of the shit you found when you beat the enemies. For example, you found a Phoenix Down, you found Gil. What we just got there was the same thing happens here, but during the battle, sometimes you get battle bonuses. Like, for example, that was I believe it was an HP refresher. So you get that. It maxes out your health again for you. You get things like another one of my favorites is One More Time, where you get to attack again. There's other ones like attack power up, defense up. All good things. And some enemies drop those, are more prevalent than others. Now, as you see, you get a rundown. And we get 2 experience points. No coins. It's okay. It's just a start. I will be fighting everything. Because we're playing this whole damn game, baby. Defense. I know it gets a little monotonous, guys, but that's the game, and that's what we're playing. Try to think of some interesting things to talk about in the meantime. I'm thinking. Thinking about the next couple games I'm really looking forward that are coming out. Like, I'm a big Dark Souls fan. The whole series from Software, they're making that Bloodborne game. Really looking forward to that. I'm a fan of lots of different types of games. I'm in my late 20s, early 30s, so I was basically on that first wave of kids that grew up with Nintendos in their lives, video game systems in their whole life. So I grew up playing Atari, then Nintendo, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I like a wide gamut of games. Now, what you notice is that they have Mario-type gimmick things throughout these levels. For instance, you just saw a question box, meaning you hit that, you don't know what's in it, some kind of item. That was a coin question box. Basically, every time you hit it, you get coins. And we've run into a new enemy. I'm trying to get my timing just right so I can get my defense right. These flying turtle guys, whatever their deal is. What are they called? Sky Troopers? Bye-bye. They drop coins. Sweet. So let's get some monies. And let's go save Toad. Dun, dun, this, me and my friend, I remember one day I was in high school, and my buddy called, and I was playing this game, and he's like, "What the hell's that music?" He's like, "That's like sounds like something like insane people listen to, like Ted Bundy or something." And it is like the battle music in this game does sound like something that like insane people listen to, you know. I think you guys would. Definitely get a kick out of that. Ooh, my health is getting low. Not a problem. We should be okay. Especially with that defense right there. This should be a mushroom. No, it's coins. I was kind of hoping that would be a mushroom so I can heal up. If you get a mushroom, one of these things that maxes out your HP. Now you see honey syrup. Honey syrup, of course, recovers your flower points, as it said in the item description in the bottom left. Of course, I have 10 flower points. Flower points, of course, equates to magic points. There's nothing really to show in the menus yet. That's why I'm not... fuck it. The menu system's real simple. You got your items, of course, and it does hold a finite amount of items, so keep that in mind. Your status, generic JRPG stuff, special. We just have the jump right now. And equipment, you only have 3 slots. No weapon, no armor, no accessory. Like I was saying, nothing really going on right now, and no special items. I believe there's an enemy here. I fight every enemy, guys, especially this early in the game. Man, I get my timing better. Getting chewed up. Here we go, finally, the level up bonus. And what's great about this game is they have different level up bonuses. They have 3 choices every time you level up. And, of course, it tells you what you level up to. You get a bonus. And for what you choose. Now, it depends on what kind of character you are, how you like playing your game for what advice I'm giving. Now, this is what I do. Every even level, I go with an HP bonus, meaning you get more HP on this hit points. You have more vitality, your life, bigger life meter. You get a bonus along with the stats you just got, so you get an HP bonus. I do that on the even levels, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and on the odds level ups bonuses, I go with power, meaning stronger attack. Now, the star guy over here on the right is your special attacks. I do these every 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 levels because I don't use them much. But they should get some attention if you want. I've gone whole playthroughs with this, not even touching that bastard, because I very rarely go with special attacks. And I might, for this playthrough, I might not. But if I do, that's when I usually do it. I usually do it either 11, 22, 30, 33. Every 11 levels, every 10 levels, every 9 levels. Probably 11, so that way I don't just get hurt myself for my even power-ups. That way it's evenly distributed between my power and hit point power-ups. You see what I'm saying? So that way, if instead of choosing every 10 levels, that would hurt my even power-ups, which would be my hit points. So, anywho, that's enough droning on. It's an even level, level 2, so I'm going to get my max HP bonus, which I go up 3 points. See, I like that about this game. You can kind of decide what your character, what your strengths are going to be at this game. What kind of character you're going to be. See, you can already tell now I can one-shot those fucking turtles. Which is sweet. Yeah, that guy pops out. Come here, you fucker. Now my timing's getting right. See, and now he's missing, and they're getting zeros. It's a matter of time, guys, see? Not difficult at all. Not even really that challenging. Your first playthrough, it probably honestly is going to be a bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. Challenging games are fun, especially to me. I'm trying to remember if this game was challenging to me when I played it when I was a kid. No, I don't think it was challenging, but I didn't enjoy playing it. Now, okay, the gimmick with this is the way Mario's facing, you jump off in that direction. And of course, we want to get over to that treasure chest, and I didn't know that if you stay on that, he falls off dizzy. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Okay. So, let's do this again. Ah, fuck. There we go. You go up here, get your... that flower I got should add 1 to my flower points. It did. Let's keep rolling. This one up here, an enemy jumps out, and I fight every enemy. So, let's do it. Forgot to mention, every time you go through Mushroom Way here, and you save Toad, he gives you an item. I don't think you necessarily have to save Toad, if I recall. But, of course you do. You want to get your items built up, especially if you get in a tight spot. You never know. Plus, free item, you know? I mean, why not? Your flower tab. Now, flower tabs are interesting. And this is my advice on flower tabs. You go to your items. What flower tabs do, they have flower jars, boxes, tabs, etc., etc., and they're all different amounts of points. Flower tabs, as small as you go, of course, is just 1 point, and it adds a point. I add my flower tabs, and I think the flower jars I sell, the boxes or jars I sell because it's worth a lot of money. And money is sort of a premium in this game because you can only hold $999. So you go through money on different shit because every town you go to, you get better equipment. So every time you hit a town, you're going to buy better equipment. So you do go through money rather quickly. So advice, guys, especially if you don't use your flower points often. And you're probably not going to, especially until later in the game when you get more characters and they have better specials more characters in your party. The better specials. Hold on to your flower jars and sell them when you need the cash. If you're not in the mood for grinding. Now, guy should pop out down here. Let's take care of him real quick. HP max, nice. That would have been nice earlier, so I didn't have to burn a mushroom, but that's okay. That's what they're there for. This episode's getting awfully long, but fuck it. I think that's it for here. Yes, that's it for here. Let's continue on. No hidden treasure chest shower, but almost to the boss. Good. Let's get one more level, and then let's fight the boss. Because I believe these... the guys this guy's dropping is infinite. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe we got a mushroom out of that fight. Sweet. So we're not going to be fighting the enemies, for like 30 minutes. We're going to gain a level and move on. A new enemy, Spikies. Dropped by the cloud, guys. Come on, you fuck. I don't think we got long to go. And you're dead. Wah, wah, wah. Like I said, monotonous, guys, but that's grinding in an RPG. Part of the game, part of the territory, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen and ladies. Yeah. Look at this guy. Come on! There we go. Good block. Fuck off. Yeah! After this, I'm going to check my stats, see how many more of these lame-ass fights I got to get into. So we're going to fight the boss here very shortly. Okay. See, next level in 8. So, what? 2 or 3 more fights. Not many, guys. We're almost there. Health's getting a little low. Kind of hoping I get an HP max up. 3 more fights. See, attack up. That's one of the bonuses there. Any bonus is a helpful bonus. There's 2 more fights here. Now, there's nothing saying you have to get to level 3 before you fight this boss. Of course not. It's just something I recommend to do, especially for beginning players, novice players, what have you. The insane music plays, same person music plays. Alright, level up bonus, and this is level 3, an odd number. So, according to me, and my way of... and Mario learns Fire Orb, a new special attack, which is not that great. You just press Y as fast as you can. It doesn't do that much damage. Unless you're fighting somebody with a fire weakness. But we're going to go with attack power. Get that extra boost there. And now let's go kick some boss ass. Looking at me? Apparently, he's talking about his hammer, an inanimate object. So this dude's like a bully, I guess. Well, fuck this guy. I'm gonna give him a swirly and a wedgie, since he's such a big bad fucking bully. Okay, now with this boss fight, relatively simple, guys. Now the thing about this is what I recommend. Once you kill one, the other one toughens up, and it's harder to do damage. So, to make it easier on yourself, do the strongest attack possible to each of them. Don't focus on one at first. What you want to do is, this is when I'm jump on one, get the bonus damage, then go to the other one, do the same. If not, it's going to take longer to fight these jerk-offs. Alright, now I think one more should do it. So yeah, I saved myself a lot of hassle because this guy's going to Valor up. And I believe it takes 2 jumps to get him instead of just 1. And I have only room for 1 more. Oh, 1 more because I leveled up, that's right. Alright, and that's a wrap. But notice, see, I did less damage that time. And I get a flower jar I'll probably hang on to and sell it for the extra cash for equipment. Now, the reward we get from beating the boss is his hammer. So it's going to be hammer time for Mario the rest of the way. And it's the one weapon we're going to have for quite a bit coming up for the next couple episodes. And I love the hammer. It's a great fucking weapon. Thank you for being my hammer caddy. Now, the Mushroom King's right around the corner, and this is where we'll end this episode. In the next episode, we find our first hidden treasure chest, invisible treasure chest, and we explore the Mushroom Kingdom. So, until next time, pleasure as always. We'll catch up next time with some more Super Mario RPG.